RVN.
RVN.
Producer Keith is with us. I'm Pete. It's Aaron. Philly Sports Guys, PSG. We're going to get right into it. It's a week before the draft. And on Wednesday, we had a bombshell dropped on us.
Bombshell.
Browns trade the number 2 pick to the Philadelphia Eagles for a multitude of picks. A first in 2017, a second in 2018, a third in 2016, and a fourth in 2016. And giving the Eagles back a fourth in 2017, another conditional pick.
At 145, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. And people, I'm just being real today. This is one of those days you just want to be real. I was upset. You know, I was upset. Well, the first thing is, the day before that, ESPN reported there's a team that's really talking to the Browns, and they're in contract. They're actually talking trade, and it may go down. I said, no. And I knew it was us. I knew it. In my heart of hearts, I knew it was us. And then the next day, 145, it happens. I'm like, man.
Well, there's
happened.
Wednesday morning, there was reports that saying that if the deal was going to get done, the Eagles wanted to get done today. The Eagles wanted to get done today, and kudos to Howie, he got it done. I really wasn't scared about the deal. My thing, I will say this, is that they better be right. And always the same. My dad always told me, God rest his soul, Dad, I miss you. Scared money don't make money. It's always going to be a high risk, high reward.
Very good point. However, and we know this, and we talked about this earlier. Howie's either going to be here in 3 to 5 years, or Howie's going to be going.
He not only has that move. When we started off this offseason and everything happened after Chip's firing, Howie back in charge and the coaching search, we knew Howie was hitching his coaching, his future to Coach Doug Peterson. Now he's added on to that train.
Right.
Now they're both pitching their future onto potentially Carson Wentz. Right. Now all the reports are saying that Goff is going to go 1, Wentz is going to go number 2. Until it's all set in stone, we can hypothetically say we're not sure, but signs are pointing to.
But they're going to get
Wentz,
either or. Now the good thing is about the situation is you have Frank Reich, NFL quarterback. He's offensive coordinator who can help him, as well as Peterson. Peterson's played with Marino. He's played with Brett Favre, as well as others. So, you know, the good thing is he will be around those guys to learn the system. He will be around Chase Daniel. Chase Daniel's been in NFL for a while, Super Bowl quarterback. So that's a good thing for him. And Bradford, he's there as well. But you know, I think it's a gamble. I mean,
it's always a gamble.
All his cards on the table.
For all those people who are saying they mortgage the future.
Right.
Drafting is always a gamble. You want as many darts as you could throw onto the board as possible to stick. Now, I will give you 2 draft scenarios in this instance where the team that gave up the high value pick and got back more picks were not the winners in those situations.
Which one?
2012.
Okay.
It was the Rams trading the number 2 pick overall to Washington Redskins for RG3. The Rams, to this point, the team just last week drafted all the way from 15 to 1 because they're still looking for a quarterback. So even though you get those high multitude of picks, if you don't hit on those players, it doesn't make it doesn't work.
It's a gamble. I mean, it's a crapshoot. You just don't know. And they even, like I said, they even traded for Nick Foles. You know, try to see if he was the one. Case Keenum.
How funny is that the team last year in the offseason that made the trade for Foles for Bradford are still now the team sitting at 1 and 2, still looking for a quarterback. Right. That's how important it is to get a franchise QB. That's why I can live with this. I'm at peace with this.
So you're good with that.
I'm perfectly fine with it. Because you did a lot of free agency to fill up a lot of holes. And matter of fact, they just signed another wide receiver, T.J. Graham, yesterday.
Who can stretch the field.
Stretch the field, speed wide receiver, 1 year deal. So these are all these signings going under the radar that you want to pay off that fill these holes because now you don't have as many draft picks. Now, I did say 2 draft scenarios. My other draft scenario was Cleveland. I think it was the year 2010, 2011. Cleveland was at number 6. Atlanta was at 27.
Right.
And they swapped picks. Atlanta gave up, I think, 4 or 5 picks, and they took Julio Jones,
which was a stud.
Atlanta's made it to the NFC Championship game since then.
Right.
Cleveland
hasn't been anywhere.
Cleveland's still Cleveland.
Listen, Cleveland has to be. I mean, I know we got some heartaches. We did win in 08. But I thought about Cleveland has to be just the worst. They have the worst luck.
I can't imagine going
through. You're talking about 60 years, man.
Right.
Go ahead, you saying?
No, you were right.
Yeah,
you were right.
Oh, I was right. Let's talk about that.
Now,
let's talk about that.
If you've been watching the show with us as we put this hard work in, we'll go back to 2 shows ago when we did the first ever PSG mock draft. Aaron did say that Paul DePodesta, being an analytic baseball guy, he said don't be surprised if Cleveland looks to move out of that spot. They're not in love with a player there to gain more picks. Now they have 12 picks overall in the draft. They have 5 or 6 picks in the top 100. So, Aaron, this is your moment. This is your moment.
You know, I do what I do because I am who I am. You know, that's what I do. It's all good.
So that's one of the first of many. That's what we do this for.
Yeah.
We throw our opinions out there.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
And it's really we're throwing darts at just thinking what's going to happen. And hey, he hit. This is it. Now moving on. Now this shakes up the draft for the rest of the teams in the top 10 in the first round.
Yes.
Now more likely 1 and 2, both quarterbacks are going.
Mm-hmm.
Now Laramie Tunsil falls to 3, possibly to San Diego, or they could still take Ramsey. But say if San Diego doesn't take Tunsil and they take Ramsey, Tunsil can fall all the way to number 6 in Baltimore, who I think is in a perfect position.
Big possibility.
Because they can have a combination of either Tunsil, Stanley, Bosa, Elliott, Miles Jack can be there.
Here's my fear, though. Let me cut it short, people. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I, in my heart of hearts, don't want Dallas to get Ramsey. I mean, to be honest with you, if Dallas gets Ramsey, that could be a game changer for you. That could be something 5 years we talk about. It could be on the level of Sean Taylor.
Because he's a cornerback, free safety, hybrid. You can put him in there at center field and just let his natural athletic ability just take over. And then now, I think even now with Cleveland sitting at 8,
yes,
if there's still not a player that you're in love with, trade back down again.
And get more assets.
Get more assets, get more picks.
Right. Well, assets, like we both said, assets is the name of the game with the Cleveland Browns GM. They're just trying to get assets, and then they're trying to, because look, I mean, right now, who do they have right now? You know, they need to put
their cover is so bare.
Horrible.
Their cover is so bare.
I mean, look at it, people. Think about Dallas. Think about Minnesota. One of those trades back in the day with that Herschel Walker, where Dallas got all those picks. That's kind of what Cleveland's trying to do. So it's going to be very interesting.
Now they just have to make that work. Right. Now, going back, you have to do this.
Right.
The franchise quarterback position is so important. It's the most important position in sports.
Right.
All in all, I mean, it's one of those things that if they get it right, and you mentioned Frank Reich, you mentioned Doug Peterson being both quarterbacks.
Yes.
You also have John DeFilippo from Cleveland, who's also the quarterbacks coach. So Goff and Wentz have both been on record saying that they would love to go to Philly because of the situation that it could be.
I mean,
because I understand Peterson in '99 when the Eagles took McNabb second overall.
Right.
That was his bridge quarterback. But with Bradford being here, Bradford being here is obviously he's better than Peterson. He's not the greatest quarterback in the world, but he's better than Doug Peterson. So you still have a chance to go deep into the season, especially in this division, even though certain things in this division in the past 48 hours have shaken some things up. Free agents signing, major free agents signing. We'll hit on later on in the show.
But Bradford, I'm glad you said that, because Bradford, I mean.
Now, yes, this was a heated discussion.
This was a heated discussion.
Off camera. Very off camera.
Oh man, I'm burning up.
There has been reports that Bradford is unhappy and is demanding.
You listen. I got to say this.
Go ahead.
Man up. Sam Brown, I don't know his middle name. Sam Bradford, you got to man up, man. You've been coddled your whole career. You've been coddled from high school. You've been coddled 4 years in Oklahoma. You've been coddled with the Rams. Man up.
Now I will say
man
this.
Man up. So what? Do you really think? I gotta say this. Do you really think Ben Roethlisberger would do the same thing? No.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger would say this. I'm the man. So what? He's here. So what? They got somebody else here.
And listen, he's saying that because he thinks that Bradford's not saying that to himself. I get that point.
He's got a man up.
I get his side of his view on this argument. But what I'm saying to you is, every place he's been that he's not been wanted. He's been dissed off. So I think
he was one of his first 3 years. 3 to 4 years he got hurt.
I think internally he already knows that this is his year to prove it. Because not only I think he would have to prove it and man up before this deal was made, because he only signed a 2-year deal. The writing was on the wall. And the literature of this 2-year deal is that the Eagles can get out of it in 1 year.
After 1 year.
So how much does the Eagles trade for the number 2 trade? How does this change the situation?
But my thing is, why are you getting upset with the situation? This should motivate you. You shouldn't be worried about that.
But that's what I'm saying. He wasn't already if he wasn't already motivated to the point knowing he had a 2-year deal, this shouldn't have to motivate him anymore.
Yeah, but
because he already knows he wasn't going to be here after 2 years.
Listen, you go out there.
Am I right or wrong?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. You're right. But what I'm saying is you got to go out there and ball. At the end of the day, you got to go out there and play.
He was going to have the ball regardless.
Your play should speak for yourself. You should not be worried about that. Roethlisberger, Phillips Rivers, I'm going down the line.
You can't say Philip Rivers because
that's a good Eli Manning. They drafted Nassib. Did Eli Manning?
You gonna compare Ryan Nassib to the situation the Eagles in right now?
Listen,
did the Giants take?
They drafted in the top 10.
No, they did not.
They drafted. We gotta pull it up. They drafted. They drafted Nassib in the first round. Right?
I can't.
No. You can't. I can't.
Oh no. We gotta take a break. We're gonna come back in the second segment. We're gonna talk about a big free agent signing that happened in the last 48 hours within the NFL and the team from both sides of the view, how that worked out and how it changed the landscape really at home in the NFC East. And then we're gonna jump into the NBA playoffs. We'll be back, pay a couple bills. PSG Sports Channel.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents. Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, do my
Woosah.
But my man Aaron got something to say.
All right,
Last
so-
segment, he had said Ryan Nassib was drafted in the top 10.
All right, so I was wrong. He was drafted. He was the number 110 pick.
Hold
I
up.
was wrong. Round 4. All right, so you got that one. You
Pat
got
on
that
my back. Okay. Now, moving forward, we had spoke about a deal that happened in the last 48 hours. Actually, on Wednesday.
Right.
Wednesday this week was crazy. It was good. It was
Yes. Yes.
bad. All over.
Talking about Josh Norman, right?
Josh Norman.
Absolutely.
The Panthers rescinded the franchise tag on him, making him an
That,
unrestricted free
that
agent.
right there just like was mind blowing. I mean, just they're sitting at the table. They're coming with the deal. He
Yes.
wants 15 to 16
15
million,
15 to
and
16
he
million.
and then they're saying 11 to 12 million, and then I'm thinking it got really heated. I'm thinking it really got because Norman's a passionate guy.
He's a hard worker. He was a fifth-round pick.
Fifth-round pick. He's a passionate guy, which he should be. He's a passionate guy. I think it got to the point where it got ugly. I'm not saying to the Von Miller situation, but I think it got ugly to the point they said, listen.
And that's the thing.
we're
You
just gonna let
you
go.
speak about Von Miller, and this is one of those things where the Carolina Panthers, I think every owner and every front office in the NFL is really applauding what the Carolina Panthers did, because they said, okay, this is what we're going to pay. This is your value. We're not budging off of that. And
They didn't let the player dictate the situation.
right, and you did it. You did it enough to where now you rescind the tag. He re-signs with another team, which we'll get into in a minute.
Right.
And now you possibly can get a compensatory pick for next year's draft for that. So it's like you're getting value back, even though, yes, you might not be able to replace the caliber player Josh Norman was, which is a very good zone defensive scheme.
Very good zone.
I don't want to hear this. Josh Norman is a man-to-man corner, like Revis, like even Richard Sherman. You can't. There's only one cornerback in this league, even now at this age, man-to-man, that can shut you down. And
That's
that's
Patrick
Revis.
Peterson as well.
And Patrick and Revis.
Right. But the thing is, I think what they were thinking was, they were thinking like, they can plug somebody in, they can get in a draft at 30, because I think they're 30th pick.
Yeah.
They can get an Eli Apple, someone to that degree to come in. Yeah, he's not Josh Norman, but he can come in and give them that actual
So
ability that they're
that's
looking
looking
for,
at it from the Panther side. Now, to Josh Norman's new home.
Right.
He's in the NFC East. He signed a 5-year, $75 million deal with the
HTTR.
Washington Redskins. Hail to the Redskins. My friend.
That's trouble, man.
That's
trouble.
It's trouble, but I mean,
Trouble.
as the Eagles, you're not going to contend for a Super Bowl now. So I understand.
Yeah,
I understand
that's
the move
true.
for the Redskins.
And
I
that's
understand
true.
the move for the Redskins.
Right.
I really do. But 5 years, $75 million. That's not a big number. I mean, we had the Byron Maxwell 8 year 63.
Right.
His guaranteed is $51.5 million.
$51 million. What would you do with $51 million?
There's a lot of things I would do with $51 million. After taxes, that's right around $26 million.
That's a lot of money, man.
So, but now, how does this move change the landscape of the NFC East, for one?
Right.
That's my one question to you. My second question to you is, how does this change the landscape of other free agents all across the board at every position on the defensive side?
Well, first of all, I mean, to be honest with you, the Redskins are the favorite right now. I mean, if you would think
So
about
you think this move has put the Redskins ahead of the Cowboys?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because defensive-wise, they still have D-Hall. D-Hall's, yes, he's not the same, but D-Hall's decent.
D-Hall has moved to safety last year.
Exactly.
That was a very underrated move that not other people talk about.
And they're using him in a scheme to where he's coming to the quarterback, he's rushing, he's doing different things. So then you bring in a Norman, which he does. He's just a shutdown corner. Along with he is. Let's be honest, he is. I mean, even though he's a little bit more zone, he still is a shutdown cornerback. And then you got Ryan Kerrigan as well as some other guys on there. I mean, it can be
Look,
tough, man.
I say this with Josh Norman. Yes, you have to be worried about throwing to his side of the field.
Yeah.
But they still throw to his side of the field.
Right, but the problem is he plays well.
He
so you can
plays
throw
well.
it to him.
Now
but
I will say this:
out of those times, he's getting interceptions. He's deflecting balls. He's doing
yeah,
everything.
he's disrupting. Yes, I understand.
and he's gonna take an Aguilar out of the game. So now you got to depend on Matthews to do.
That's
all
why
he has to do.
it's incumbent on the offensive coordinators
Right.
now to start planning to how to maneuver and find that weak zone.
Right.
Now, I will say this:
Mhm.
with Norman going there,
Yes.
now I want to know what the rest
As far as the free agents.
free agents to draft. Like, look at Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox, they offered $52 million. So are you going to say that Fletcher Cox and the cornerback Josh Norman, should Fletcher Cox get more? Should he get less?
I mean, honestly, I think Fletcher Cox is one of the best defensive linemen in the game. So I think he make it.
He's going to be a beast in this system. And with Jim Schwartz's system, he's going to be a beast.
Absolutely.
Now, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the board
Right.
here, but what Carolina did,
Mhm.
letting him go, you said it. You said his name earlier, Von Miller. There's rumors that they're far apart.
Man.
Far apart.
And they said it's
Can you
getting
see?
really ugly.
Can you see Denver doing something similar to this?
If they did, they'll be dumb.
If they did that, I'd be like, bye bye, Fletcher Cox.
I mean, 'cause
Von Miller,
honestly, 'cause
come on in.
I mean, just look at his body. of
He
work.
single-handedly
Look
won them an
what he
AFC
did
Championship
in
game and the Super Bowl.
Like, I mean, he made Rimmers look like just a kid, and that dip, and there's not a lot of defensive ends that has that dip down like that. I mean, going all the way back, I mean, Lawrence Taylor's a little bit bigger, but he didn't use the dip. But there's I mean, that dip that he uses where he goes under you, that's
Right,
hard to
this is
stop,
hard to-
man.
It is hard
It's
to
so hard to
stop.
stop.
And so lean, so
And he's so
fast.
fast, you know.
Fast,
So
speed.
you got to
So,
pay the man. You got to give him his money.
Give him the money. Norman has his money.
Right.
Now, he may lose his... There's always that worry that once you get your money,
Mhm.
you may not be as hungry.
Yeah, you
so what,
could
that,
tail off, right.
that we'll just have to wait and see with that. But speaking of Von Miller and his postseason performance,
Right.
there's another postseason going on. Actually, two.
Yes.
NHL and NBA, and you were really excited about.
A lot of good series.
You
NBA.
called another one last week. You
Yes,
said
I did.
Houston was
yes,
still
I
a
did.
game.
I did say that.
But I'm saying Houston stole that game not because they won the game, but because
no,
Steph
they
wasn't playing.
literally did steal the game. I don't know if anybody watched that, but on the last couple seconds of the game, James Harden's driving to the basket, and James Harden does one of his specials where he's driving to the basket and he uses his arm to fend off Iguodala. Iguodala flies out of the way, and then he hits the shot and makes the shot.
Right. Now I think it looks. I saw the play.
Right.
I think it looks more exaggerated than it is
No,
because
not at
Iguodala
all.
was already moved. I'm not. Listen, and we're not saying this that the Houston actually has a shot with
No,
or without Steph.
it's gonna be 4-1,
We're just
period.
talking about this particular moment
Right.
in this series so far.
Right, right.
I mean, it really hasn't been a lot of exciting games in the first round.
Right.
I mean, the Cleveland-Detroit game,
But
game one
before
was.
you go further, I just want to talk about one other thing with the same team, Houston and Golden State.
Oh, the reaction.
Did anybody out there see the reaction?
Or lack thereof.
Or lack thereof. If you haven't seen it, please go and just type in Houston bench reaction. It is the most priceless thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was like we said off camera. It's like they had the reaction like, oh,
Like,
wow,
we
we
got
had to
another
play
game,
another
like, really?
like I had to push
Seriously?
my vacation.
Yeah, like
But you hear that because they say James Harden, as you said,
He's a team
hard,
killer.
He's a hard person to deal with.
he's a team killer, man.
So
he's
when
a
you
team
don't have
killer.
the support of your team, it's just, and you hit a game with a shot. When you look at the reaction,
Right.
you'll understand more
The
context
writing,
of
the
what we're
writing
talking
is
about.
on the wall, and I'm gonna say this: James Harden is a team killer. He's all about himself. He doesn't care about people on his
He's
team.
more of a team killer than Dwight. And Dwight was a team killer.
Dwight's horrible. But he's all about building his brand. That's all what he's concerned about. He's not concerned about winning championships.
Adidas.
Yes, $200 million. He's not concerned about winning championships, and I will say it now: he will never win a championship in the NBA. Period.
Wow. Never.
Never, unless he changes.
Ever.
Ever.
Wow. But Steph is supposed to come back tonight.
Yes.
I would probably still sit him unless he's 100% healthy
Right.
because you really don't need him for this series. I mean,
Nah,
yes,
you don't.
you can say that anything can happen, but I think now Golden State has got used to playing without Steph. They actually had the lead, so Houston had to hit a game-winning shot in the last
win the
5
game,
seconds
right.
to win the game. So it wasn't like they weren't in a position, and the Golden State was down in a portion of that game. You got San Antonio went up on Memphis last night, 3
Yeah,
games.
that's just a sad. That's
Cleveland,
just sad.
Cleveland went up on Detroit
Cleveland's
3.
gonna end it tonight.
Boston
tomorrow.
say their
Now
last.
that's a good series.
Was
That's
it 2-1 now?
It's 2-1. Atlanta's up. I think that's going 7. I think Boston's going to win the next game at home, and then Atlanta win game 5, and then Boston win game 6 at Boston, and I think that's going 7.
So
Now, that's
I
a very
think
interesting
on today's docu you have Golden State, Houston.
we have Golden State, Houston,
You game 4, you have Portland.
Toronto, and Indiana, which will be ending very soon, 4-1. We also have Charlotte and Miami, which I think will probably go maybe 5 or 6.
Right.
I tell you what, Miami's playing some great ball right now. They're playing small ball. They sort of took a picture out of Golden State, and they're looking really good right now. Dwayne Wade's looking decent. You know, he's not Dwayne, he's not Flash, but he's a little bit Flash. You know, he's a tad of Flash. You know.
You know the Flash. I mean, you got Barry Allen Flash. I watch it.
Right.
CW.
You know, I gotta catch up on that. I
don't know what you're doing with your
I
life.
know I'm messing up.
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. I'm there. Plug me in. I'm there. But yeah, man, it's crazy.
And also the Clippers. Clippers in
the Clippers in Portland.
Now the Clippers are playing very well right now. They're striding very well. Chris Paul's looking good. I really think they'll probably win. I say 4-1. That's the way he's looking. Now Portland may still win maybe tonight because they're at home. You know, look for Lillard to have maybe 40 points. He may have one of those big games, but other than that, I'm thinking it's going to be 5 Clippers.
5?
Yeah.
And 5? And then you said Toronto, Kyle Lowry,
yes.
You know DeMar DeRozan is a free agent.
Yes, he could be.
So now look, I know this kind of, we didn't talk about this, but Tom Thibodeau to Minnesota.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful.
That is the perfect situation.
I mean, if you're looking for a coach that can motivate your young players, that can build the band of brothers that you're looking for, he's the perfect guy.
5 years,
5
years, around $50 million. Not only is he the head coach, but he's also the president of basketball operations.
Absolutely.
And you see what success he's had. I mean, offensively, nobody's going to question Karl-Anthony Towns. Wiggins is already a very good perimeter defender. Zach LaVine, he's going to help Zach LaVine so much on the defensive side.
Absolutely.
And he's such a competitor. You got
there's a lot of good players on that team. I'm telling you,
they're loaded and they're
loaded. But the question I've been wanting to ask, and no one has been able to ask or answer my question rather. Mark Jackson, Lakers, what are you doing? Like, what are these teams?
Why is his phone not ringing?
Why is his phone not ringing? You got a great coach.
Luke Walton's a hot name.
I mean, but come on, Mark Jackson, man.
Well, I know Mark Jackson, a candidate, and Sam Mitchell.
I don't understand it.
And Kurt Rambis is a candidate for the Sacramento job.
I
wouldn't touch the Sacramento job. Sacramento job is almost like Cleveland. It's this curse. The Cleveland Browns. It's this curse. Like,
well, first of all, you're dealing with Boogie Cousins, and Cousins got.
They should have never got rid of. They should have never got rid of Mike Malone.
Mike Malone really did a great job.
He was the only person that can get through to Boogie, whatever you want to call him.
Boogie. But and then you got Rondo on there. I mean, it's a lot of.
Well, Rondo be going this year. I think isn't he? His contract is up. I think. We'll double check that. We'll double check.
Yeah.
But coming back on the other side, we got one more. I think we got a couple more segments with the rap. Pay these bills. When we come back, we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk right on top of that. Go ahead, keep it going.
Gotta pay the bills.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at alicia@whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Yes, y'all, to the beat, y'all.
To the beat. Now the Flyers is more actually to that
Fly
beat.
guys.
No, Michael Norver. How funny is it in hockey that you make one change and the whole team,
whole series.
Now the Flyers were down 3-0. They had the game on Monday night.
Did you think it was gonna be over?
I thought it was a wrap.
So did I.
Wednesday, I thought it was a wrap. And then you heard early breaking news. If you were listening to like 94 WIP, 97.5 The Fanatic, that Dave Hackstall came out and said, I'm making a change. Michael Norris going to be in goal. And it was the right move. Our producer was just asking us off camera, like, why did we think that he didn't make the move in Game 3?
Right.
I just think that you want to give Mason, who got you there, a chance, and it was big. It was was an emotional night. The Ed Snyder tribute, which hats off to the
And
Flyers,
that's
was very
another
classy.
thing. Real quick, just to talk about that. The fans they were really despicable. Throwing those
Wristbands.
Wristbands on.
I mean, they
on,
lost
on the
6-1.
ice. Come on.
It's just now.
I mean,
the beginning with the actual tribute was nice.
Yeah.
The ending, and like a lot of players on the Flyers said, we didn't give them nothing to cheer for.
I mean, that's true, but it's
Have a little class.
Have a little class. It's Ed Snyder, your founder,
Yes.
the guy. He's a pillar of your organization. Have a little class. I mean, it just those 100 idiots. I mean, come on, man. Just gotta
So,
get together.
Now we're here. We're gonna have a Game 6 tomorrow night.
Yes.
Sunday. In the Wells Fargo
So
Center.
what are you feeling? Are you feeling we'll win it?
I'm telling you like this. I'm gonna go on record
take?
right now. If we win tomorrow night, we're gonna win the Game 7.
So you're saying
Capitals want to get
So
this
you're
thing over
saying
with.
to me
It's almost
it's
like
gonna be a repeat of 2010 with Boston.
it could be.
When we were down 3-0.
Yes.
Came back.
Yes.
won the series.
Because the more and more
Mhm.
this series goes on and the hits, and the Flyers have been resilient playing this high,
Very true.
and Norworth is fresh.
The amazing thing, the
And
amazing
his
stat
he was
is
stood on his head last night.
Right.
He was making
the
saves.
amazing stat of
Oh,
that
my
is
goodness.
44 shots on goal, 44 saves by Norberg, and we only shot 11 times, and we scored twice to win the game.
One was
That's an amazing
one was
stat.
an empty netter. It was a breakaway, but it was
Right.
late. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's one of those things when you're in the ring with somebody,
Right.
and just use it as a boxing analogy here.
Right.
You're in the ring, and the longer each round goes, and you're supposed to knock this guy out,
Mm-hmm.
and every time you get to the next round, and it becomes harder and harder.
Right. And,
And
you
that
got
other
confidence going. You're
the
saying,
other
okay,
fighter
you can
gets
do this.
that confidence
Right.
that hey, we
I
can do this.
I can do this. You know, I
we
can
can
win
do
this.
And that's what I think
Right.
the Flyers are going. And look, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
Giroux still hasn't shown up.
Nah, he hasn't. He's been missing.
Wayne Simmons
he
hasn't
has
shown
been on
up.
the milk carton, people.
Yeah, the fourth line.
He definitely has been on the milk carton.
Yeah, the fourth line with
Right.
Ryan White is coming through big.
Playing well, man. They're playing well. They're playing together. You can see the cohesion come together. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do Game 6. I mean, you're at home, Philly.
Yes.
Hopefully the Philly fans act right, which I'm hoping guys do the right
Right.
thing. And listen, you never know. I mean, we could pull it out, and they're going to be talking about it. They could be the
Right.
Flyers could do it again. You know?
I definitely
So-
don't think the Capitals wanted to go 7. I don't think they wanted to go 5.
And the thing is, and as a player in any sport, you know, whether it be NBA, you know, whether it be football,
Yes.
whatever the case, the fact that you're up and then you have that feeling back in your mind, like, oh my gosh, this may happen. These people may come back and beat us, you know. So
Right.
that's playing in your mind.
Especially when you take that as a team who hasn't
In the
never
history,
been,
right.
and the history with the
Right.
Capitals of being in this position.
Yes,
You
several times.
you start playing
Were they,
against your own self.
were they down? I think the one year it was 2-0. They was up. And then
Yeah.
was it Montreal? I believe it was, or
The
the
Canadians.
Canadians came back and beat them. Then the Rangers beat them last year. They was up
Yeah.
3-1. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
the Ranger Penguins series. I've been watching that with Lundqvist. He can't just do it on his own. I mean,
no.
the Penguins are playing so fast. I mean, I
Peng-
think that
Penguins
they're
are the
through.
favorite. Penguins are the favorite.
Pen-
If Washington
they're
doesn't,
playing ridiculous. They're
Yeah.
playing ridiculous. Now,
yeah.
on a much more somber note,
Yes.
as we Wednesday, a lot of, like I said,
A lot of
Wednesday
stuff happened Thursday.
was Wednesday.
That was Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Yes, Thursday.
Well, Wednesday night we
Wednesday
found
night.
out that WWE first woman to ever hold
Yes.
a male title,
The eighth
China,
wonder of the world.
Joni China Lawler,
Yes.
lawyer.
You're right.
At the age of 45, was found unresponsive in her apartment.
Mhm.
And is no longer with us.
Eighth wonder of the world.
And then within 12 hours later,
Purple Rain. The Purple
Hmm.
Rain. That's rough, man. I mean, you got
Yeah,
folks,
man.
folks
I
taking
had
off from
that.
their job.
now,
It was rough, man.
man, I seen so many posts on Facebook
Yeah.
and social media. Like, hey, if you see this person, please let them know. Try to keep an eye on them. My
Mm.
sister was. I was trying to get in touch with my sister because she. I love you, Reese. She's a big Prince fan.
Yes.
And they said I was doing a little bit of research last night. He had been feeling ill for a while, moving around some shows and some dates.
Yeah.
They said the last public appearance he made was on the 19th. He actually went out and went to a Lizzie Wright get together.
Right.
And he said he had influenza, which for people out there, that's the flu.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
For about a month. For about a month.
And then
And
they said 10:07, a call was made
Yes.
from his Paisley Park
Mm-hmm.
recording studio, which also served as his home. He was in the elevator, was found unresponsive. Doctors tried to CPR, try to bring him back.
Mhm.
And
Right. And the thing is about
yeah,
Prince. Just to contribute, the thing about Prince is, like, you know, his music was just timeless, before time, you know, and he brought so much, you know, life to people. But the key thing I really was hearing a lot from CNN, different outlets, news outlets, they were saying the humanitarian work he was doing
Yes.
was just amazing.
Right.
You know, the things he did in Chicago behind the scenes. You know, he was doing the concert as a cover up, but he was going out to the city and helping people, Baltimore, and it just, you know, it's just a great thing he did. And he was the type of person, he's very private. He didn't want anybody to know that.
Yeah.
And it's just sad to see somebody like that that's touched the world, you know.
Not just on a musical level. I mean,
just humanitarian.
just
so many good things.
but there's so many people have the same thoughts, so
Yeah.
interaction, and they will say he was a diva.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew what he wanted, how
Yeah.
he wanted it, but he wanted to get the most out of you, and he wanted to do that to the point that he knew he can get that out of you, and he wanted you to be the best person that you can be.
Absolutely.
Whatever it was in. I mean, I remember at work when I found out, I was asking people. I'm 33 years old. Purple Rain came out when I was 2 or 3 years old. Now obviously I didn't watch it then, but I must have seen Purple Rain 10 times. I watched it last night. Yeah. It was on. Not just because he passed. Like, it's just.
Yeah. It's rough. It's a rough
when
situation.
the doves cry.
Yeah.
The Party Man, Batman,
1999.
Michael Keaton,
Probably like 1999. Yeah.
Little Red Corvette.
Yeah.
I mean, now look, I don't want you to go watch When the Doves Cry, because I just think it's another man watching a man take a bath and
That's a
tub
little bit
with a whole
rough.
bunch of
That's not-
bubbles.
it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
But
It's
listen,
not a good thing.
could you be the most beautiful woman in the world? That's
Yeah.
I can go on and
let's
on
keep it
and
real.
on.
Prince has some beautiful women.
Oh yeah, I mean
he
he's
has some beautiful women.
Yeah, he
Vanity, Apollonia.
Yeah.
Wow.
and he's a short dude, and he was clean. Like,
And he can play basketball. That's what cracked. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe
He was
that.
an athlete.
The stories were really true. He can play basketball.
yes.
I couldn't believe it.
And the thing is that you get to this point, and you realize he lived a clean lifestyle.
Yeah.
Didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do any drugs, and there's something as simple as the flu.
Yeah, man.
Something it's like, if you don't feel well, go get yourself checked.
Yeah.
You know, because yes, I understand Prince is a musical legend, a legend in everything, and a very well respected person, influential person. But look, people, if you don't feel well, go to the doctor, because I'm pretty sure you're influential to other people in your life, in your circle.
And especially as men, men. I mean, speaking on just men
Yes.
in general.
Black men.
Black men. I mean, anybody.
Go get
I mean,
checked.
we don't like to go to doctors. We be like, oh, we're good. Your wife tells you go, and you're like, oh no, honey, I'm good. I'm all right. But like, really go check yourself out. Because you never know. So.
Prince, you will be missed. Your legend will live on. One of the greatest compliments they asked Eric Clapton on Howard Stern. Do you think you're the great? What do you say when people call you the greatest guitarist of all time? And he says, I don't know. You have to ask Prince. I mean, I look. There's a YouTube clip out there. It was a George Harrison tribute. It was While My Guitar Slowly Weeps, and Prince played a 2-minute solo, and it almost brought me to tears. I mean, I'm not afraid to say that. It was so moving. Now,
I mean, the Super Bowl. I mean, look what he did
in the
Super
rain.
Bowl. I mean, in the rain, the
Purple Rain in the Rain.
Purple Rain. Yeah, I mean, just it was serious. I mean, it's probably one of the best, Super Bowl performances ever. They were saying
that was when Peyton got his first one. That was the Bears and the Colts, 2007.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said, we also lost a WWE legend. Now, she did make some questionable decisions, but hey, she lived her life. That's what she wanted to do after she got out of the ring.
Yeah.
But at that time, when DX came out in the early 2000s, to see a female to have that commanding presence, to be booked to wrestle men for titles, there wouldn't be.
Probably never be anybody like her.
But just she was ahead of her time. Now you see all these women now doing it. Sasha Banks. And look, I will preface this. I'm a big wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since I was 4 years old. I'm still into it. My kids are into it. I have 4 daughters. They're into it. We watch it together. There wouldn't be a Divas division now. I mean, you wouldn't have a Sasha Banks, a Bayley, who I can't think of her name right now.
I can't remember. Hart's daughter, Nia Hart's daughter.
Natty
Hart,
Natty Hart, Charlotte, Ric Flair's daughter, the current women's division champion. These and now they're wrestling. I mean, they're I see them in main events.
I mean,
they're carrying 25, 30-minute matches at a time. I do a favor. Do me a favor. Go watch NXT TakeOver from August, right before SummerSlam. It was a co-main event. It was Bayley versus Sasha Banks for the women's NXT title. I stood and I applauded at the end of the match. I mean, they put on a show. Yeah. They're putting on shows like Men Now. There's equal equality now.
It is. It's very exciting.
And I don't think we would have been at this point if it wasn't for China.
Right. Absolutely.
And she will be missed. Vince, Trips, Stephanie, Shane, Linda. I know she made some questionable decisions after she got out of the ring.
Right.
She deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
maybe
absolutely.
not now. At some point, she deserves to be a WWE
I think
Hall
she'll
of Fame.
get in. She'll get in. Maybe a few years down the line, they'll put her in.
And just take care of yourself. I mean, that's really all it is. Both of these situations could have been prevented.
Right. The sad thing is with the wrestlers, a lot of those wrestlers unfortunately go through that where, you know, they experience overdosing and stuff like that because of the pain medication, different things that they're on. So it's very, very sad.
It's a hard life.
She's not the only one. I mean, there's been others in the past, the Brian Pillmans of the world. You know.
Matter of fact, we just lost. I don't know if you remember, ECW was Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney. Balls Mahoney passed away a couple months ago. No, Axel Rotten passed away a couple months ago, and Balls Mahoney was found unresponsive about 2 weeks ago. I mean, both of these guys are 45, 44 years old.
It's sad. I mean,
China was 45 years old.
Yeah.
Prince was 57.
Young.
I mean, I know it's two different worlds, but it's way too young to lose legends like
absolutely,
this, you know? And what they were so influential and what they brought to the respective professions. So just take care of yourself. If you don't feel well, go get checked. It's too many avenues out here now for healthcare for you not to be in somewhat of a decent health, and especially not to get care if you're sick.
And if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your family. You know? So I think,
I'm pretty
it's
sure
very
you have
important.
people that depend on you, that
Absolutely.
love you, and
Absolutely.
you're very influential to their life. So with that being said, I think that's
it for the night.
Hit
For
the
the
gavel.
day.
Oh
Yes.
no, with the wrap next week we're gonna come back. We're gonna review the draft.
NFL draft.
We're
I'm ready.
Review the draft. We'll probably be on once. I think it's the 4th round, day 3, Saturday.
Saturday.
We'll probably be on air going through it. We'll
Going
run down
crazy,
through the
talking
first
about
2
everything.
days.
Yep.
And
what the Eagles did, and
Right.
you know who
how it affects the NFC East and the NFC in general, and just
any
overall.
type of trades that might have
Yeah,
happened.
look, I will challenge you to do this since we're on air.
Yes.
We're gonna watch the first 2 days of the draft.
Yes. All right.
Hopefully
Sounds like a plan.
together. Hopefully together.
All right.
Let's do our winners
sir.
and losers.
Yes,
Our
sir.
winners and losers. We'll review it
definitely
next
do that.
Saturday.
Absolutely.
So we'll come back with that next week. And,
Yes.
we're out, man. We're gonna
Take care of
fade the
yourself,
black.
people.
Take care of yourself. Have a good
Alrighty.
weekend. Be safe.
Yes.
Out there, I think it's gonna be a rainy day today. So
Hey,
enjoy.
be careful
Be
out
safe.
there, y'all.
All
Be
right?
careful.